Just doing that as like an intimidation move. Hold on, before we start this fight, I need to eat this building real quick.
Are you guys talking about that magic shit?
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Hard Part Podcast, where this time the hard part is switching up positions. We've got rotation on the horizon. Well, we're in rotation now. It's already happened.
Yes.
Especially by the time that this hits the air. It is... Ooh. And we're locked in a room with these sets for the next year and a half. Fall of 26, I think, is...
Yes. Yep, locked in a room. So...
With Final Fantasy and Aang and...
Final Fantasy, Aang, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
What is this, Fortnite? Holy shit,
Have you seen the Command Zone movie yet?
No, not yet.
I need to watch the whole thing because I do have to admit I did watch the 10-minute feature and then had to skip on the next 15 minutes of featurette that went with it. I'm very interested in that level of like production and so forth, but at the same time, like I sat down to watch the thing, and then when it was over, I was like, okay, well, I'll just save this for another time.
Yep. This week on the Hard Part Podcast, we have a few things going on. Up on the screen, I'll put it so you guys can see what we're talking about as well. So we are going to be talking about the standard rotations, especially because with the release of Edge of Eternities, we have a ton of standard sets that have gone out. So it's things you need to be aware of. We will be talking about our keyword corner, which we're going to be...
Remember it?
Yeah, we're going to be warping in. We will be talking about in Deck Spotlight. I will be doing a deck today. We'll be talking about some crustaceans.
Yeah. I think he's the popular one in the group.
Yeah, crustacean frustrations.
Crustacean frustration. It was a rock lobster.
A rag lobster.
A rag lobster. That's what it was.
Yep. And then Tom's got the Reddit roundup today because we're switching.
Yeah, we're just switching up a little bit.
We're switching up.
Hey, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
See, isn't it weird how like we're on theme without ever planning on being on theme?
So before you had thought of what the hard part this week was, I was actually in the bathroom going, I think the hard part should be like switching positions or switching everything around today. I was too. That's why when you said that, I was like, what the fuck?
If you could stop thinking about what I'm going to think about while you're taking a shit, I would appreciate it.
I was actually taking a piss, so I was holding my dick in my hand while thinking of you.
I mean, I suppose I'll take that as a compliment.
As always, we want to give a big shout out to Manapool.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys for being our official partner.
Not to follow anything weird or anything, but yeah, thanks for supporting us, Manapool.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you tolerating us.
Yes, thanks for supporting us. Thank you for allowing us to sell through your store. We've officially had over 120 orders through Manapool in the last few weeks. So we are continuously growing on the Hard Part Card Mart. Go ahead and check out our store, see what we have there. We are continuously adding cards in there. We've got 2,000 cards in our inventory now. We're adding another 13,000 here soon. Yeah,
I think
13,000.
Yeah, no, that one's gonna get. That's an undertaking, a project.
Yeah,
there's lots of cool stuff in there. There's lots of. We've managed to amass beyond just like the collection that we're trying to get. Quite a bit of additional cards in just playing so far.
Yep, exactly. So if you guys are looking for singles, go ahead, go right to manapool.com. Make sure you look us up with our link, the Hard Part Card Mart. Go through there, or you can just use our affiliate link for whatever you're going to purchase to support us either way.
The Hard Part Card Mart. Yeah, it's a mouthful. Right?
I think that's the tagline, dude. The Hard Part Card Mart. It's a mouthful. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Give it some time. Let it roll around a little bit.
Well, it's already been told to us that way. Because remember, my friend.
That's true.
My friend Maddie said, "Wow, that's a mouthful."
Yep.
And I said, "Yeah, the hard part is a mouthful."
We'll have to credit Maddie on that in the future.
Have to.
Yep.
So we'll kick it off with our standard rotations, since that is really the update for this week, in our update portion here. So standard rotations, for those of you who don't know, standard is a format that is a 60-card format. You are allowed to have up to 4 of a card in it. Legendary creatures still have the legendary rule, so it doesn't matter. You can only have one on the field. But basically, it's a 60-card deck, 20 life. It's an actual competitive format. Standard has a block of cards that, from certain sets, you're allowed to use. That used to be really easy to manage back when blocks existed, because they would just cycle out a block.
I was actually just thinking that, again, because this is about... I feel like this is the 5th or 6th time that they've, like, changed up how they're doing rotation, which is fine. You know, it's all in, like, trying to find, like, a balanceable meta, which I think is a challenge in and of itself.
I do like the 2-year format they're doing now.
Yeah, it is nice to at least know that, like, when you're buying cards, like, brand new, that they're not just immediately going to be worthless.
It used to be, like, every 6 months they were rotating out the sets. And so
yeah, I feel like there was a very fast point
pumping
at
money
one
into
point
Standard.
there.
When I was heavy into Standard in... I did Kaladesh. I was in the Eldritch Moon era, and then a couple of other sets. When Night of the White Orchid first released, and it was in Standard, because I was doing Green-White Humans. That era, I remember I joined in, had that Green-White Humans, was doing really good with it, loved my Selesnya Humans, and then the next, like, month, it rotated Night of the White Orchid out, and the entire deck was just hot shit.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That is a real, like, I don't know that I would say it's a powerhouse, but when it comes to tempo, man, the White Orchid is
being
really
able
just...
to allow you to have an additional mana. If you play second, you're guaranteed to have an extra land drop, so you can stay on pace.
Yep, and not legendary, right?
Not
so
legendary.
You can just, like, 4 of that bad boy, and then, like,
so 4
stay right
turns
on
in a
curve.
row, as long as you are 1 mana behind them, you will always be on curve, which is great. Which was great.
So if you go second, basically.
Yeah, which you would always choose to go second. So it was one of those things where a lot of the times now you kind of have to go
Take the
first.
draw.
You have to. But now taking the draw with that was a really viable opportunity. But yeah, set rotations are really hard to kind of understand now. So when set rotations happen, you need people like us to be like, hey, here's the sets that are going out. Please be aware of it. So what are the sets going out, Tom?
So the sets that are going out this round, that's a good question. I just have the new ones. Let me see here.
Pretty sure you put it in our little thing.
No, those are just the ones that are in currently.
Oh, yes.
Draftism is where I'm getting all of my current information. And it's still... Yeah, no, I just have the current one. So let's just focus on what's in for right now. And that is going to be Wilds of Eldraine, The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Murders at Karlov Manor, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Bloomburrow, Duskmourn House of Horror, Foundations, and that one has noted that it will be legal at least through 2029. Aether Drift, Tarkir Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, and Edge of Eternities.
Nice.
So basically, if it's printed before Wilds of Eldraine, a lot of the Phyrexia all will be one, anything in Dominaria and whatnot, that's all falling off right now.
So rotating out with Edge of Eternities already is Dominaria United, the Brothers War, Phyrexia all will be one, March of the Machine, and March of the Machine Aftermath.
Okay.
We're not getting another rotation, like we said, until for another 2 years. So in 2027, in February, is when we will lose Wilds, Lost Caverns, Murders, Outlaws, Bloomburrow, and Duskmourn.
So they'll still be sticking around for a little bit. They're worth investing in. They're definitely going to, you could make a deck around it and still be viable for a little while. I think the really interesting thing here, and I don't know if it's planned or just happened to be, but the synergies between All Will Be One, the card itself, the enchantment, just dealing damage based on how many counters you put on something.
Yeah.
The way that synergizes with Station is absolutely insane.
I want you to notice one set in all of these rotations in the next, even all the way up till 2028 is when we're finally losing like Aether Drift, Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, Spider-Man, Airbender. What is the one in all of those that is not rotating out? I want you to realize something special here.
Is it Foundations?
Foundations.
Yeah, I brought that up.
Yeah, because Foundations they don't even expect it to go out until like past 2029 because it is a foundation for Standard.
So and I think that it is, it's probably going to be the way that core sets, I think, were kind of idealized on initial conception. I think that they're what they were trying to go for ended up taking a long time to really kind of like bake in the oven until we finally have the card pool that we can pull some really great stuff out of, and then on top of that, just let it linger. Like this isn't any of the cards that are in that, they're not like format warping or anything like that, and they are also going to little tie in there, and they also are really just going to. They're not vanilla.
No.
But
there's some good cards in Foundations, though. Like, Foundations is actually, like, in a long time, and we said it episodes ago. Well, I said it episodes ago. Foundations is a great place for new players to start because there are some very important cards to Magic in there. There is some power, but it's not overpowered. It's a really good, like, Foundations does these really big Foundation box beginner bundles, which are really, really important, too. And the fact that you can get that as a beginner and jump into Standard is nice. Because then you don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to buy the new set. Or, oh, I can't find Final Fantasy because it's $8 million. Like,
I was gonna say, I still don't know that it's quite like F&M ready. I think that we need. I think that we need
except
a
for
focus.
fucking Mossboard Hydras in there. Like,
That's
think about
fair.
that though. Like in a Tifa deck, woof.
I think that the next thing that Wizards needs to address as far as like entry level play is providing something that is playable out of the box at an F&M.
Yeah, I agree with that because, we mentioned it last week how we went to the Edge of Eternity's pre-release and we forgot to pull ourselves out of the mindset of these aren't Final Fantasy players who don't know about Magic, and we walked into another Magic set and went, ooh, oops, sorry.
No, there was actual like curve going on. People weren't picking cards to draft because of the art or because they played them once in a video game a long time ago. These people were, they knew their curve. They knew, played a lot of removal.
Standard is a competitive format. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can play it casually at home, but the point of Standard is to win.
Yeah.
Because it's a one-on-one, it's a tournament bracket, so...
We call it Modern Light.
Yeah, Modern Light. Modern Light without the price tag. Except for Final Fantasy being added now. Basically,
that's
it kind of like...
be...
It like moved where your money is from Modern into Standard.
So, and I think that brings up a bigger question, again, just on like the price of entry to compete. I feel like the ability to use proxies within like a standard format should not be limited. Even with like WPN and official stuff, as long as you're not utilizing that as a way to like, put weighted cards or whatnot within your deck or manipulate, the RNG of shuffling. As long as it's, that you're not doing that, if you're just there to play and compete, if you've got cards, let people play. Like, it's really, I think that we'll get a lot more people in, and people will still buy cards. Like, not everybody just wants to play proxies. Most people won't play proxies.
Yeah, like me, for example. Like, I'm not a proxy player. Like, I have opened my eyes to the idea of altered cards, right? But I still have the physical card in my hand.
Yeah.
Like, so that's different to me. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with alters because I'm still holding the card there, and if I take an alcohol swipe pad to it and I wipe it off, the card is there.
Yeah. Mostly.
Sorry, the air quality in Maine today is really bad.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you've...
it's really bad today, like news reports and everything.
No, being from the other side of the country, we finally got some smoke up here.
Yep. So but it is interesting with standard rotations, like I was saying, where it used to be so easy.
I think block made it very easy to follow.
Because you're like, oh, this block is going out.
Yeah, the block's going out.
Yep, the whole thing. You're like, oh, okay.
And I also think that there was a lot that happened that was very synergistic. I think that it was really a flowy way to have everything. You could have an entire block that has synergies with an adjacent block.
Yep.
But once that goes out, then the next one may not have anything to do with it. Like I really like the block structure just because it fit really well. I understand that they wanted to go to more planes faster.
Yep.
But it's not like I don't know. I feel like they were still kind of self-limiting there. I would like to have, just for the narrative of Magic the Gathering, I would like to have 3 set blocks again.
Yes.
I think it was a really bite-sized way to make, like, the core set and then 2 additional auxiliaries to go with it.
Which, I mean, I don't overly hate. Like, for example, we're going back to Lorwyn here at the beginning of next year, and I do like the fact that they are bringing back older blocks, right?
Yeah.
But we're only getting 1 set for that era, because they had to do 4.
Again, I think it's kind of like,
Lorwyn.
I think it's kind of, they're self-limiting in thinking that, we go to a plane, we have to do a block on the plane.
Yep.
We've done plenty of blocks or faux blocks afterwards, follow different storylines where we jump from one plane to the next, or we're on multiple planes at once. Like, look at All Will Be One, or March of the Machine. Like, that was basically...
all the invasions happened and like stuff like that. But that's the weird thing, is that's kind of like the last time we connected things together, and that's kind of where in my mind I see like the cohesive story and stuff.
Look at Aetherdrift. That was still kind of like the aftermath of Aftermath, really, like within the actual storyline.
Everyday people had the access to travel between planes.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the big thing.
Woo.
The Aether Spark. Which is just the Allspark. Don't get out of my face.
I can't even. I understand that they were trying to mess around with some design space there.
I do like the idea of an artifact planeswalker, though. That was kind of cool. That wasn't a robot.
Doesn't make any sense to me. How do you, like, what's the loyalty thing about? Those are loyalty counters.
Yeah.
Is that artifact more loyal to you? Like,
I guess.
my idea for the Planeswalkers, the way that they kind of worked in my head, is that the Planeswalker comes in, you cast the Planeswalker, summoning them using the mana. And then once they get there, they have like a list of spells that they're willing to cast for you. But they're still operating autonomously. You're just, asking them to do something. So, again, how is the machine doing that? Does it have sentience? Does it just grant you the power and then...
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Another update that I just remembered that clicked in my head that's actually kind of a really big update. So, with Spider-Man coming out, Spider-Man has been kind of lacking in the power department, but we understand it's because it's being built and tailored more towards getting new players in with cards that aren't overpowered. And then they decided and said, hey guys, you know what would be really cool? An Infinity Stone.
No, they said, you know what would be really cool? If we sold all of the Collector's Play booster boxes, like, today.
Yeah, because there were tons of them out there listed, like, everywhere. Literally every site still had tons of them, and it was like $1,000 still, which was ridiculous, they already told us MSRP for the collector boosters were going to be like $600 anyway. And then they announced the Infinity Stones and the fact that, oh my God, we still don't know if they're going to be one of one. There's a lot of rumors about it. There's obviously tons of rumors. But one of one wouldn't make sense in the timeline ways, because remember the Time Authority, there's like they just exist and there's a ton of stones everywhere.
No, I mean it would be the one of that's the Infinity Stone for our universe.
Yep. So
it's just in cardboard form.
We're getting every Infinity Stone, and we're starting with the Soul Stone. Which, if you don't know, canonically in the comics, the Soul Stone was the first one. Because when Thanos started his quest, he, I think it was Adam Warlock had the first stone in his forehead, and he was trying to barter a deal. Adam was like, "Oh, I could just like give you all these powers," and Thanos literally goes, "Or I can just take it," and kills Adam Warlock and takes it from his skull.
Because Marvel knows, if anything, how to be like dramatic. They don't understand power levels at all.
Yeah.
So
Thanos took the stone. So the next stone, I believe, if I'm remembering it right, I think is the Power Stone.
Okay.
I think that's the next one we'll see.
Mm.
Because they started the same way they started in the comics, which means I think they're going to follow the flow. So we can predict which stones are coming next. We just have to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah. I'm actually really interested to see what the next... Because I believe next year and the year after is just going to be this giant Marvel Palooza, which, if they time it right, should be in line with a lot of like really big MCU stuff. I know that they're not following the MCU for, like they're doing the comic inspired stuff. But at the same time, that doesn't make a big difference in the mass majority of people's minds.
Yeah.
I think the goal for them should be, when it comes to the Marvel stuff, is just to dig into Pokemon's market as much as they can. Like every little kid that's at the, Walmart or Target, aisle, they should be like, "Oh, mommy, give me the Marvel cards. Give me the Captain America cards right there." Like that's what that should be. Those cards are actually, I feel like, going to be some of the most expensive cards in like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Because of the quality of care that's going to go to so many of those cards out of the package.
Yep.
It's going to be, little Jimmy who's, still working on like not having that trail of boogers run down his face because he's 7 years old.
So
and his mom bought him like the $65 like collector's deck.
Yeah. So the one issue I have with the stone idea, the stone color from the comics is wrong. They used the Marvel Universe movies color.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, again, there's going to be a bleed over between the two.
Which I don't like, because guess what? Do you know what color is in Swamp a lot? Purple.
Oh,
Do you know what color the Soul Stone normally is?
Purple.
Purple.
That would make sense.
We did the orange one for the Marvel Universe. I'm like, whatever, I
mean,
guess.
Technically, the full art one looks more of just like a gold metallic.
So what the Soul Stone does. So the Soul Stone is 1 in a black. It's a legendary artifact, Infinity Stone. Not hyphenated. Infinity and Stone are separated. That's important because of keywords and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that matters for like Embiggen and shit. It adds 2 additional ones to Embiggen now.
What? Are you sure?
Yep, because Infinity and Stone are not hyphenated.
I don't think it has to be hyphenated.
It is an indestructible artifact. With tap it, add a black. So they're just mana rocks. Like they're fucking sweet ass mana rocks. Pay 6.
Of course they are.
Yeah, pay 6 and a black and tap it, and you exile a creature you control to harness the Soul Stone. So harnessing, basically what's going to happen is you have to do this really big cost effect, and it does something. So it's going to have a connection to what the stones do. So the Soul Stone in the Marvel Universe, you have to sacrifice the thing you love most. So black, white, human people are just going to kill their human tokens. They're just going to push them off a cliff.
Why does that have to be black people?
What do you mean? Black, white humans, because in order to, if you're playing Commander, for example, like to have white humans, unless you're playing a 3-color black.
Oh, you
green,
can still
white.
make a white creature token.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the white players love their human tokens. So if you kill a human token, that's the thing they love most. That's what I was trying to get at here, Tom.
Okay, gotcha. I was just making sure that you never know. We were we always tread in dangerous waters here, so I had to verify.
Push me into dangerous waters. And then its final ability is the Infinity ability, which you can do once you harness the stone. So at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you can do that every turn. But that's like, for the art, the full art is fucking beautiful. Like, it is crazy good.
The only official 2-word creature type is Time Lord.
Oh, whatever.
So
They'll probably do
just
it with
so
this.
you know.
They'll do it with this. I don't care what people say. But the next one is, I think, the Power Gem. I'm pretty sure. I think Power is next. So with that in mind...
See, I feel like that one should be a 2-cost mana rock that taps for 3 colorless. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry. It'll be Mind.
Oh, the Mind Stone?
Mind Stone.
Mind Stone should tap to draw a card. Or 2 cards. Whatever.
Yep. Because power. So what the gems do? So space. Oh yeah, there's space. I always forget
I
that.
suppose it could make blue mana, but
Yeah. There's so many things. Like, it's gonna be cool. I do like the artwork where he has the Infinity Gauntlet in his hand and has the gem. Because you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do that. They're just gonna move it over, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of cool.
yeah.
Like, I think as like in a design space, that's a really cool idea. Which means they better give us one
With all
with
of them.
all of them in it.
That doesn't make any sense, though.
Well, when
Unless it's the gauntlet proper.
I think it's going to be the gauntlet proper because we have because what Tom and I are estimating is it's going to be a win condition. If you have all the stones, you win the game.
Which, again, sounds just over the top.
Or they're just going to do something stupid like you just destroy all creatures. Like, oh, so I have to pay 55 mana for a board wipe? Awesome.
Or, like, maybe they don't have to be activated. Like, if you get the Infinity Gauntlet, then, like, you activate all of your Infinity Stone. You you activate the Infinity ability for all of them.
That would be cool. What do you think the cost of the Gauntlet's going to be?
That sounds like a 5-drop. I mean, yeah.
The Soulstone ability is expensive.
Honestly, I would really hope.
Expensive.
I would really hope, honestly, that they just don't try and make the gauntlet. That it doesn't make any sense to me to make the gauntlet. What I think would make sense is if we got the properly done up Fist of Suns as a reprint of the Infinity Gauntlet.
I mean, we have the Arcane Signet that looks like the Infinity Gauntlet too, remember?
Yeah, but they can...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, so, in another question on top of that then, is remember how I said the Soulstone is 6-in-1 black, right? Do you think all of them are going to be that expensive to activate there?
Activate? Yeah, because I don't think that they're... I feel like that activate ability is not made for you to, like, play them and then activate them, play them and then activate them. That's for it to work individually within its color, just so that it, you know, it is not just a really cool mana rock.
Yeah,
like,
I can't wait to add all of them into my Urtet deck, and now Urtet is harnessing the Infinity Stones. Like
so if you do that, you need to buy a second one and then get another altar done where he's sitting in the hot tub with like the Infinity Gauntlet,
like
just
picking his nose.
I mean, I don't recommend that. That seems like that could get dangerous really fast.
I would really like to see if Marvel allowed them to do it, is to do alternate arts of the scene from Endgame where they're all like holding onto the gauntlet at some point, right? Remember, because the stones are in it and they're just trying to like pass the gauntlet around, so every character like has their own like like they're holding it, like with Spider-Man where he's like carrying it around, and then like the
Hulk does a snap.
Yep, exactly. Like something like that. Because we have that ability. I mean, it's Marvel. They can literally do what they want with that.
And we're messing with the comics. Like, really, they're in an idea space where they can kind of do whatever they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, because originally the rumor was that we were going to get a one-of-one saga of the Spider-Man bite.
See, and that seems... I personally still don't like the way... Because I agree with what a lot of people are saying online, and it's the way that saga plays out makes it seem like the Spider is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which, if they wanted to do that, that's fine. We would just change it up and make it the origin of Spiders-Man instead. Like, they have it in universe.
Spiders-Man, yeah. Yeah, but I do like the ideas that they're doing in Spider-Man. The Infinity Stones was kind of an out-of-right field thing. I didn't really... Like, I expected them to do something like that because that is, like... That is Marvel's baby now, is the Infinity Stones. And there's so many other giant threats that have happened in the universe. I mean, we are getting Galactus again, finally, which is nice. But, like, the fact that we have the Infinity Stones, and they're like, hey, remember that Infinity Stone thing that made us a ton of fucking money? Let's keep beating that horse.
So,
like, let's just keep pulling money out of that horse.
It's really marketable. It's just... Not only is it like
it's
a
shiny
collection
rocks.
of MacGuffins, yeah, like it's already
rocks.
people are into that already. But then on top of that, there's the whole like grandeur thing. Like it's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like
if they are one of one, we're gonna let you in on a secret. If it's one of one, and you open the first one, don't sell it.
Yeah.
Hold on to it until all of them have been sold.
Yeah.
And then hold that thing.
For when Post Malone's like, I really need that thing, man.
And you're like, well,
you paid $5 million for the last 5 of them, so this one's going to cost you 10. I know you got it. Don't hold out on me, man.
yep. Like, you hold on to it. Like, as much as 10. I mean,
Also, we do an album together.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
I get to be on the cover at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Holding the stones. That'd be so dope.
or like I'm like handing you
Yeah.
the stone, and you're handing me $10 million in cash.
And there's definitely not a gun behind me, so you can get the money back. Like,
Right.
in Grand Theft Auto.
No, I think Posty would happily pay for that. I think
yeah,
that's
I mean, he literally, like, everybody, all these other people, like, card shops were like, oh, we'll pay, like, $1 million for the one ring, and, like little
2.
low numbers. And then he's like, I'll pay you 5. And everybody
guy's
went,
like, I'm from Canada. Inflation's like 2.7. Like, whatever it is, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, everybody else on the planet was like, never mind, we don't
like,
want
do you know
it
I'm a
that
baller?
bad."
Like,
Yeah.
I got it.
I wear black lotuses on my neck at concerts.
Which is still wild because, like, there's what's
Free
his
Will?
name, the other guy who like wore like a $5-10 million Charizard
Yeah.
on a necklace. Like, that still kind of makes me sad that, like, no matter how expensive and awesome Magic cards are, there's like 5 Pokemon cards in the world that you could get together, and they're worth all of the Magic cards in print. Like,
You know, but yeah, that is our update section. We will now move over to warp over to
warp
Keyword
on over
Corner.
to Keyword Corner.
Oh, this week's Keyword Corner.
Sean doesn't know Star Wars, or sorry, Star Trek. He knows some Star Wars.
I know a lot of Star Wars.
He knows a
dude.
thing or two about Star Wars.
I know a lot of Star Wars. But
Wish I could just like pan a camera around the room, just like.
yeah, right. And so we're going to be talking about warp. So, what warp is? It's a mechanic from our new set, Edge of Eternities. I wanted to bring up warp this time just because of the fact that it is relevant. It's going to be here for 2 years.
True fact.
So you need to be aware of what it does. What is the definition of warp?
So, warp usually comes with a cost afterwards associated with it, and it's usually less than whatever the actual cost is. You may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. Exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step, then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. So it basically just goes in exile, and then you can cast it. It's out of your hand. It still follows like your standard rules and so forth. You know, you can only cast it during your main phase.
It's a
unless it has
sorcery.
flash.
And like, yep.
When it comes into play, it doesn't have haste. Most of these creatures are really just looking to have an enter the battlefield effect, and then they go away until later on. So basically, you're just double dipping. Now, I think that is perceived as like a real disadvantage, but there are plenty of haste enablers.
Yes.
In
Magic in general, in standard.
Yeah,
too.
in standard, in EOE.
Yep.
What's his name? The 2 and 2 red version of the Kavu guy.
Yes.
Other creatures you control have haste.
Yep.
And he gives them warp too.
And he does. So warp is kind of crazy on some cards in the set. Like one of the most expensive cards in the set still, and it's always going to be, is the Exalted Sunborn.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 3 and 2 white angel that has warp 1 and 1 white.
Because you double your tokens.
You double your
for
tokens
one.
for 2 because it's 1 and 1 white.
Is it 1 and a 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, but then you get to do that again
Later.
on a later turn.
Well,
Or you can do it if you have enough mana. You just do it.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
because then it just hangs out.
Yep.
Like once you recast it, it's just you know a token doubler at that point.
Yeah, and keep in mind it's token doubler. So you can do weird things like, for example, in the deck tech we're going to talk about, it would go great in Ragost
It would.
because
It
you
would.
double your food tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why the most expensive card in the set isn't even Ancient Tomb. It's the Fractured Foiled Exalted Sunborn.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
Which
is
is
just
a pristinely beautiful card.
So good.
It's so awesome.
I don't like fractured foils, but this one, because of the artwork of it, makes it look really good.
It does.
So, But warp is, I like it. Tom has words on it though. He thinks it's every other keyword of the game.
I really just see it's a less design heavy version of adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you cast the same spell twice essentially, versus getting a fun effect and then a creature. It's not bad. I mean, I think that it's a nice way to, kind of, again, explore some of that design space and whatnot. But that being said, I don't think that it fits the name. I think they should have, like maybe teleport or something like that. Teleport, at least to me, kind of seems like you could go back and forth pretty quick.
Yep.
Like warping is usually like one way. Mm-hmm. Like you're either warping through space or something is becoming warped or whatnot, irreparably changed.
Yep.
And so the fact that it just like boop boop and then just hangs out elsewhere until you recast, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Tom's a hater. I love it.
I can be judgmental, okay? That's my crotchety old man right.
Yep. It does kind of lead into the everything is kicker, though.
It does.
Everything is just kicker. I do like
you just get to pay kicker at a different time for this one.
I do like the fact it gives you the option, though, to cast it later. Like, it gives you good early game stuff, and then it still allows you to have late game, because one of the weird parts about deck building and Standard is you need to really decide, am I going to be turns 1 through 4 heavy, or am I going to be turns 5 through 6 heavy?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a lot of the times the hardest part for people for
playing that aggro or that mid range.
Yes,
like
especially because Standard is you are trying to win as quick as possible.
Or am I a horrible person and just play control all the time?
Yeah, late game decks in Standard are actually toxic. But like Warp gives you that advantage of it is both early and mid, or early and late. Like, it gives you kind of that flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see in the Standard meta a lot of people playing like Exalted Sunborn human tokens with Warp, because it's not a legendary creature.
Yeah,
you can have a 4 of Exalted Sunborns.
Isn't that weird how sometimes, like, there's a bunch of legendary creatures where it's like you go to look into it and they have no story.
They're
and it's
mid.
like, okay, this is okay, but I don't know that it needed to be legendary. And then there's other ones, like the Exalted Sunborn.
Which is an angel wizard, by the way. It's a wizard.
Pretty gnarly. It's white. Luckily, you're safe. Because that would just be... Oh, that would be so gnarly in Wizards. If I could double my tokens just for a turn. Like...
Yeah.
But, no, the legendary thing, I think, happens to a lot. I was actually talking to a gentleman on Facebook earlier about something with cumulative upkeep, because we were talking about age counters with the Magic Fact today. And he drops this bomb that I'm sure I've seen at some point before. It's from Cold Snap, Herald of Lashak, and it's got cumulative upkeep, gain control of a land you don't, an opponent controls.
That's not a negative side effect.
When it leaves play, then you have to give everyone's
still
lands
not
back.
That's not a negative side effect.
It's like $3. It is a
upkeep.
hell of a sleeper, and it's not legendary.
You want to be really funny is if I played that in my Destroy Lands deck, and I took other people's lands and destroyed their lands.
It's $3. Like I said, it's not. I think it's like $3.50, but it's under $5.
That'd be so funny.
I was actually thinking about Corona, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, you can copy it, and that won't be traveling. And if you get 4 or 5 of those, then you take everybody's lands in, like, 3 turns, and then instead of, like, having them die or whatever, you just, like, turn them into something else.
That's so funny.
And then they never leave the battlefield. You keep everyone's lands indefinitely.
What color is it?
Black. Mono black.
Damn, I was going to say, because that was like in my make my lands kill people deck that I'm also building. That'd be kind of funny, but it's not black. Jordy, the one that makes your lands elemental creatures.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no.
Because
it would fit well in your
really
Jund
funny.
deck.
It would.
But,
yeah, I think I might have to look into adding that.
Yeah,
that's
that one.
Silly.
That is pretty silly. Cumulative upkeep. Okay, like so.
I take 1. Now I take 2.
Now he'll
now
take
I take
2.
3.
And I'll take 3.
Oh, and I'm just gonna
this
destroy.
is getting so expensive.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna destroy them every turn.
So the downside is, again, the moment that you can't take anyone else's land, then you're not paying that upkeep cost, and you have to sacrifice it.
So what? But the thing is, my deck, I can sacrifice like 15 lands a turn, so I can just continuously just sacrifice their own lands and put them in their graveyard instead. You realize that's what I'm thinking is I don't get the benefit from it going to my graveyard, but it goes to their graveyard, and I have things that say it's equal to the amount of lands in all graveyards.
Yep. P.S. We were talking about starter decks that you can just jump in with. That land deck, I haven't seen the proliferation deck yet, but the land deck
is crazy fun.
Crazy good, even out the box.
Yes. I did a single upgrade to it because I put Zurian Orb in it.
And Strip Mine.
Yeah. But, like, I haven't seen Zurian Orb yet. Strip Mine I've seen once.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
That and Strip Mine's... It's cheap. It's cheap enough to throw in.
$12. Yeah, it's not terrible. But it's fun. It does have a lot of triggers, so you need to be aware of things. But it also depends on which commander you're using. If you use the Hearth Hull ship,
it's not nearly
as bad. The bug guy has a ton of triggers, but
well worth it.
It gets
so much value.
Like last night, I was able to play Sacrifice and move around like 17 lands.
I stopped paying attention to your landfall triggers and whatnot because it just wasn't.
I'm just like, I'm going to play all of this stuff.
I'm sure you get to do that.
Because it has both things. It has landfall in it. But the biggest thing that the deck does is essentially how the deck runs is you pull lands. You can play lands from your graveyard. So you always have a land drop because you're going to be sacrificing your own lands. So a lot of the times you're playing with like 3 lands on the battlefield the whole game, and you're just pulling them back. Then you stack up triggers that say you can play an additional land per turn. So you would sacrifice things like Fabled Passage and things like that because you gain benefit from playing sack lands. So you could play Fabled Passage 3 times in a turn, sacrificing it, getting 6 destroy land triggers and counters.
Keep in mind how many basic lands are in your deck.
Yes.
And that's actually
17.
a deck that I would almost say you should go through there, and anything that's not a basic, you should see if you really need it.
Yeah.
Because they're not searchable, and even if they're fixing, you don't really need a lot of fixing with what you're doing most of the time.
No, because
run green.
Yeah, just Fabled Passage. Because the thing is, like, there's 3 basic mountains in that whole deck.
Yeah, you need to up that.
But not really, because I have 10 lands that allow me to search for any land I need, and then I can, if I only have one of them in my graveyard, I can do it indefinitely. And that's the thing about the deck is once you put a single search land in your graveyard, you can do it for the rest of the game, and sometimes 3-4 times in a turn. So, but yeah, that is Keyword Corner. Warp. Warp is super cool. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I want to continue to try to do things with it.
You going to go standard with it, you think?
I think I want to. I think I want to try it.
See, I'm still back and forth. I feel like there's a really nice modern deck with Tezzeret and cheap indestructible artifacts. I think I want to try and make that at some point, but that's a pricey deck already. Like, if I want 3 copies of Tezzeret, that's what, $90?
Yeah, the thing about modern is you need to piss money.
Yeah. Well, not really. I mean, modern's one of those things where, especially burn-wise, you can get a modern ready burn deck, and do well for $200.
That's true.
And you have a deck that won't rotate out anytime soon.
Yeah, but the big competitor ones, like for example, Modern Merfolk will always have a spot in there, and it's like $4,000.
Yeah.
And it's just getting better, especially with the new Merfolks that came out in Aether Drift. Like, they're adding more Merfolks.
Wizards, just in case you're not listening to the community, Merfolk needs more support.
Yep.
Okay.
More support for Merfolk. Yeah. Give them more cards.
We need a blue dark ritual. We need a We need a blue astral recall.
Yeah,
okay.
what if we put like damage dealing in blue too? Like what if we did like a blue lightning bolt?
Blue
there we
lightning
go.
bolt. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Just pack them all in there. Put Merfolk in front of it so that it make them all Merfolk tribal.
Merfolk bolt.
That
yeah,
way they're searchable.
Yep. Yeah. Merfolk planetary annihilation. Yeah, let's do it.
Merfolk planetary annihilation. Just a giant wave. Just like
a space tsunami.
oh, what is that one? Interstellar.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like that's wild. You could just like swim through it, don't you think? If you were fast enough.
Yeah, sure.
You could just
let's just do it. Try it. Try it out.
That seafloor seemed like it was really like uniform, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like
Interstellar. Watch it.
check it out. It's interesting. Watch that scene.
Mm-hmm. Specifically. So next we're gonna do deck tech spotlight.
And
yeah,
this is all you today.
And I have the deck this time. So last week I had mentioned, actually a couple of weeks. This is like a 4-week project now because when I first brought up the idea,
he did that thing that he was talking, or that he always does, where he's like, "I'm gonna buy some cards and I'm gonna make this deck out of the cards." And now we can't stop pulling lobsters out of freaking booster boxes.
So, when it was first announced, Ragost, the Deft Gastronaut. So, backstory. I have a severe shellfish allergy. And I thought it was fucking hilarious that we finally got a lobster. And not just a lobster, a space lobster.
A space
and
lobster.
not just a space lobster, a space lobster chef.
With some bitchin' art, too. That alternate art is like...
Yeah.
You
Even
look
his
at the
base
other
art
ones,
is good.
Yeah, the base art's not bad, but yeah, no, I look at the other 2 or 3 that are done up like that with like in the background, and they're all like majestic and and then you got this guy, and if you look closely at the art, he's like flinging a pot of mushrooms at something.
Yeah,
like that's the majestic pose that they got of this guy. Is just like, get out of my kitchen.
Yep, and it's so good. So Ragost Deft Gastronaut is red and white. He is a legendary creature, lobster citizen. So he is the first lobster in Magic the Gathering, other than rock lobster from the unsets.
Fair.
I don't really count him, but if you're looking for like playable, legal, not unsets, he is the first lobster. Artifacts you control are foods in addition to their other types and have pay to tap it, sacrifice it, gain life. It has the food token thing.
Right.
The reason he's funny is because you could pay 1 and tap him to sacrifice a food, which, if you remember, is any artifact, and it deals 3 damage to each opponent. And at the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, you untap him.
Yep.
So what you're going to do with him, essentially, is you want to throw as many foods as possible, but still eat one every turn, so you can untap him. And you're going to kill people with food commander damage. Mm-hmm. So, in the deck itself, we essentially did a lot of weird things. We're playing things, damage doublers, essentially.
Yes,
so we're doing
doublers.
A lot of damage doublers. For example, we're doing like Furnace of Wrath, which is 1 in 3 red, which if a source would deal damage to a creature or player, deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. So your 3 damage throw food for 1 is now 6 damage, which you only need to do that 4 times to kill a player with commander damage.
Yep.
Then you're playing other things like weapons manufacturing, which whenever another non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions, which is also from Edge of Eternities. So now you're making your bullets food that you can throw at people. And munitions only deal 2 damage to a target. You instantly get more benefit because he makes them deal 3 damage.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But, again, you've got those little pingers at that point if you need to,
just munitions people. Then we also threw Food Fight in there because it's really fucking funny.
Of course. Yeah, it's so on brand.
Food Fight is 1 in a red. Artifacts you control have sacrifice this artifact. It deals damage to any target equal to 1 plus the number of permanents named Food Fight you control. That part doesn't really matter. It's for the fact that it's
a backup. It's a backup in case Rag gets taken out of the game altogether.
I mean, Rag only costs 2, so he's very low. So you can play him for a really long time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like if he gets like imprisoned in the moon or something like that.
Yeah. And then we go through and we did things that are kind of rude. Like we threw a Chrome companion in there so we could throw the dog. And we also threw a cat in there so we could throw the cat or eat the cat or the dog.
Throw the 2 animals. That's why they're in there.
Yeah, not eat them. For hilarity, we threw a Mirror Battlesphere in there because do you know what's
They're
really
eating the neighbors' dogs.
They're eating the neighbors. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
That's what they. There's just like they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and then they just pan over, and it's just
Ragos,
just like.
So we put Mirror Battlesphere in there because do you know what's really funny about Mirror Battlesphere is when it drops, you create 4 more food tokens essentially. Pia and Corinne Nalar, which is Chandra's parents, is really good because you're creating Thopters. So basically what we're trying to do is create a lot of
token artifacts
so we can just sling the shit out of them. White Sun's Twilight is really funny because guess what they also now have? They have Toxic.
They have Toxic, and again, you can still just eat them if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wear and Tear. Destroy an artifact and stuff. Swords to Plowshares for removal. Obviously removal stuff. Chaos Warp, which is also from, which is friggin' Commander 17, I think.
I believe there's like 3 or 4 doublers in here because we have Furnace of Wrath, Dictator of the Twin Gods, Angrath's Marauders, and then the last one isn't a doubler that I recall. It's the... What's the guy's name? Thorbin?
Yep.
He adds
dwarf.
2 damage to it, so...
Easy upgrade to this deck, because this deck isn't overly expensive.
No. No, this one wasn't bad. It was just under $100, I want to say.
An expensive upgrade would be immediately throwing Exalted Sunborn in it, because that would go really good in this, because you can just double more food stuff.
A non-expensive immediate upgrade that you could do to this, and the part of the reason why I left this out is because this will make you instantly a target, is Basilisk Collar, because now you don't even have to worry about eating food, because you'll just deal buttloads of damage to it, because that'll be 3, 6, 9, and you'll gain 9 life from that, and then you'll untap. And then on top of that, you'll be able to do that a second time. So on your turn, you could do it twice, and on everyone else's turn, you could just do it once.
Oh, and you can target creatures with them, too. So, Death Touch, and so you just Death Touch everything. You Death Ray with a lobster.
Fling food.
No soup for you!
There's also Tago Goblin Weaponsmith, so that you get some extra artifacts on your... landfall triggers, and you're also eating rocks at that point.
It's just so funny.
So, there's so many just...
Yep, this deck is directly up on Moxfield. We'll put the link for it like we always do. It was a Rag Lobster is the name of the deck.
And it, counter to what I said I was going to do last time, this one is a cohesive deck. I went ahead and it doesn't have like a mana base that you can swap out and whatnot.
So... You can buy it from Manapool for $106.89.
That's not bad.
It's really good. It's if you get it from like everywhere else, like for example, Star City is $141. Card Kingdom is sitting up at $147.
Yep.
Like it's just
isn't that just amazing? I think that was one of the things
so
that,
crazy
like,
how expensive.
Early on. Again, late in my life, as I was like, you know what, I don't feel like digging through all these things. I'll just make a deck list online, and I'll just, not spend 2 hours going through all of my cards, and I'll just have somebody send it to me and then make the deck. And I think it was one of the name brand ones, which I won't go into right now, but one of the bigger ones. I went to their website, and I had pulled up, Commander's Quarters, and I found a nice, like, budget. I think it was like a $30 end-to-end deck. It was just solid. I didn't even put the lands in it because I figured, again, I had my own mana base and whatnot. I was just gonna make a nice simple little budget deck. And then I go to like pull it up on that website, and it was wanting, for this $30 deck, it was wanting like $160. And I'm just like, what's going on? And it was all just shipping and so forth, and I'm like, I I'm not spending $100 over what the deck is worth just to get it shipped to me.
Yep.
Like, I'll spend the couple hours, I'll go down to the card store, and I'll
Yeah.
pull my singles on my own if I need to. Like, that's not...
Yeah, and that's the really nice thing is with Manapool, the more you buy, over $45, you get the free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy it from the same marketplace, it's usually a lot easier because then you get less packages.
Yeah.
But with the optimization feature on Manapool.com, it allows you to basically optimize your cart, find the lowest price depending on what you want, depending on the damage of the cards as well. So if you just want to get this deck, you want to play it really quick, you don't care about the quality of it, you can get like damaged cards for really cheap shipped to you.
I'm a huge fan of the damaged cards.
Yep.
Damaged cards needs home too.
Yep, exactly. And it's super easy. You could take the deck list directly from Moxfield, import it directly onto Manapool's bulk buy, and it will just put it all in there for you, and all you have to do is just optimize, add to cart, and check out. So it's super easy, really quick. Moxfield and Manapool work together as well. So that's why they're able to just direct connect. If you use our link, it would give us a kickback on the purchase. If we don't have the cards in our stock, you can get it from anybody else, and we'll still get something. So.
Yeah, if you haven't yet, go check out Manapool. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love the site.
Them, dude.
I use them to look up cards and whatnot. Because I used to do, anytime I was going to look up a card, I would go, to Oracle Gatherer or whatnot.
Yep. Scryfall.
And again, since using Manapool, it's faster most of the time. I can see all the printings of the cards, so I can see if it was thrown. I've got a bunch of, Caverns of Ixalan cards that was reprinted over there. But then on top of that, I get just an immediate price point right there.
Yep.
The Herald of Lashak. If I had seen that first off Ice Age and then a crazy ability like that, that's got to be a $20-some card. No, it's under $5. That's right in my ballpark.
Yep.
I will totally buy, especially some crazy power like that for under $5.
Yep. And the cool thing is with sets coming out and everything like that, Manapool also accepts pre-orders too.
Yeah.
For example, our second week on Manapool, we did 80 pre-orders for Edge of Eternity.
Yep. Filling out some collections.
Yep. Lots of collections, lots of people
couple
building
of
decks.
Yeah.
100% decks. So, definitely check it. Check the deck list on Moxfield. Go ahead and check it on Manapool. And I'm definitely going to be buying it off Manapool because I need to play the shit out of this. When he mentioned that when I buy boxes and I want a card, I have opened up 9 of this lobster.
Out of, I suppose you got the second collector's booster box.
Yep.
So we're 6 booster boxes in,
but that's
in a
still
bundle.
Really funny. Yeah, in a bundle.
Yeah, so you
in the
doubled up.
In the pre-release, I had it too.
You got it in the pre-release too, so that counts for 1. But you've had at least 2 double ups between. Yeah.
And I also bought one from Japan. That
that's true. Yeah,
too.
You got to pick it up. The Japanese print just fits it so well.
It looks so good. It's just really funny. It's one of those things where I want to list them because I want you guys to play them, but I also want all of them.
Send Sean all your
yeah.
Radgast. I always want to call him Radgast.
Yep, Ragost. On top of command towers, just send me a Ragost.
Yep.
I'll
Send him
accept
all the
either or.
lobsters. They're 33 cents for the regular printing.
Just send me
it's
one. Speaking of giveaway, we have to do that at the end of this episode too.
We do.
Yeah, I don't want people to think we forgot about those because we didn't.
No,
this is the giveaway week.
We had to push off Edge of Eternities just a little bit because it just made more sense.
It was really close to the release and the recording and stuff and everything like that. Next month's giveaway is Edge of Eternity stuff.
Yep.
This month,
and we kind of want to see if we can get more than just a box in there. I don't know that we're going to get as far as that sick little tin and so forth, but we want to get something else.
We want
to
get something really
too.
good. But we are giving away some pre-made decks this month.
Yeah, we've got a pair of decks. One of them is I always forget his name, but he's a Leviathan that when he enters the battlefield, if you pay his 2 kicker cost, you get to return everything that's not a Merfolk, Leviathan, Kraken, or Octopus back to everyone's hands.
Yep.
And then you just stack the deck full of
big blue
stuff. Yeah, so it's a really interesting play style for blue. because it's mono blue ramp aggro is what it is.
Just so opposite of everything blue does, and I love that.
And then the other one is just to kind of counter that, instead of having a return everything in your command zone, is Massacre Girl, who is a board wipe in the command zone. So we've got Massacre Girl running human tribal.
Nice.
With lots of on death effects and so forth.
So that's going to be today's giveaway, which we'll do at the end, as always. But make sure you tell your friends and everything, because next month's going to be a big one.
Yep.
Next month's a big one. And then as more sets release, those will all be part of the giveaways. So, especially when we go to Atlanta next month.
Yeah,
like, we're going to be pulling a ton of stuff. Like, we are going to...
Is that September's
yeah.
Well,
technically, it would be the beginning of October.
I was going to say the October giveaway, technically.
Yep, it would be the October giveaway. But that giveaway is going to be big.
Everything that comes into my bundle that I get with my thing, the play mat, this, that, the other thing, all that's going right in there.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where a lot of you can't go to MagicCon. We're going, and we're going to be able to give things away for you. So...
how surreal is that?
I
MagicCon, it's right around the corner.
Dude, we were talking about this like 2 months ago, and now it's next month.
Well, I mean, initially we had talked about trying to do up Vegas, and that just wasn't happening because between trying to book a room and,
so quick,
selling
too.
our livers to get flights out there and whatnot.
And then having to worry about somebody stealing the livers we already sold while we were in Vegas.
Exactly, yeah, that bad situation all the way around.
Yep.
No Rooflin or anything, like just straight raw dog.
They stole my freaking kidney. That's a reference from early YouTube for those of you who aren't old enough for that.
I love that one. That one was so great because you're just like, oh yeah, this is he's such a dick. Why is he being? Oh, they are criminals. They're dirty criminals. Like,
it's Leopleurodon, Charlie.
It's a magical Leopleurodon.
It has spoken. It didn't say anything. So we'll go over to our last segment here before the giveaway, which is Reddit Roundup.
Reddit Roundup.
And Tom, because we're switching positions today, Tom has the Reddit Roundup this week, which is interesting because I've kind of like cradled this thing for so long.
Yeah.
That now I get to answer you after, and I get to have the first opinion.
Yeah, no, we get to. This will be a fun switch up. I appreciated your deck as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
on the switch up.
Yeah, I really like that. Thank you for helping me build it because I'm not the best at building decks, but I have ideas, and I'm like, I know how I functionally want to do it.
That was all your brainchild.
Yeah.
I was just filling in the.
Yeah, I'm like, I know how I want it to function. I just don't know what to throw into it because there is a lot of fucking cards.
That and I really like not building the same deck every time. So like having a niche like that where the goal is to do something that's just zany. Yeah.
Artifact, food, dark steel, food. Nutrient block because you can't eat it.
You just look over and he's just like grabbing like a battle axe and you think he's gonna come after you and he's just like
cutting it up.
Just need a little snack.
An entire ass spaceship, throw it at somebody. That's the wild thing. You're like, oh, the space elevator, I'm going to throw it.
Yep. Or eat it. I'm just going to eat this real quick. Hold on a second while I eat this space elevator. You know what, their opponent, if you're eating a space elevator, I don't feel like we're competing on the same level, so I will concede.
Oh my god, first is over.
Imagine just doing that as like an intimidation move. Hold on, before we start this fight, I need to eat this building real quick. All right, done. Anyhow, Reddit Roundup. Gotcha. Oh yeah, we need to get those in here. I know that we've got the graphics coming up, but
that's what I need. I need
be a
the
lot
graphics.
more. It'll transition a lot better. I feel like.
Yeah, because if we just like throw the thing in there, we just sit here and just go. Like
we'll be a proper show then.
Yeah, about time.
Get some credits.
Yeah, we have to put rolling credits. Yeah, no shit, that's great. It's not just our editor.
We'll do that thing where we just we'll push the mics away and then we'll just be like talking in the background like they do on the news. Maybe
be like
shuffle
and
some papers.
Thank you for tuning in to the Hard Part Podcast News. I'm Sean, and have a great night, San Diego.
It's
so dumb.
Anyhow, Reddit roundup. So I don't understand these things. I can very easily say that, like, I used to think that Reddit was a place where people could go and, like, figure out how to troubleshoot things, or like niche little problems that like 4 people had encountered, and you can go, it's easily searchable and whatnot. What has happened over the time since I have first encountered Reddit and now is apparently Reddit is a place where people just go to not pay for therapy.
Dude, Reddit's so funny now because growing up, you always thought, oh, I'm the only person that's experienced this. No, nobody has an individualized experience anymore.
Yeah,
and it's really interesting to me.
And I always have to, like... people lie, okay?
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's not like to be condescending or anything. Like, even when I'm like recounting a story and whatnot, I'm just remembering a memory of telling the story. Like, that's how memory works and whatnot.
Your brain will fill in slots that maybe you forgot, and you're like, oh, this is definitely the truth.
Yeah, and like I get it and so forth, but then you start reading some of these, and you're just like, first off, I understand that your boyfriend punched you, and if your boyfriend punched you, you're probably not in the wrong, because that's how it starts out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got a black eye from my boyfriend. Do you think I'm in the wrong? And it's like, well, I feel like you're trying to bait us here. Like, you're really in on that headline, okay? And then you start reading it.
Yeah, TLDR, he punched me in the eye. The long story is I actually shot him, and...
Yeah. It was just a response that he had to it. Am I still an asshole because I shot him in the face? Like,
yeah. I kicked his dog, and he punched me in the face.
Yeah,
I mean, you kicked a dog. You kicked a dog. I mean...
But anyhow, so I like to play.
I do love seeing the fact that you haven't been on Reddit, and I've been on Reddit all the time. And so you open it, and it's like the ASDF meme where he's like, I'm gonna do a book. Oh, I'm gonna do an internet. Whoa!
I think I looked into like 15 of these, and again,
they're all wild.
My experience with them is mainly just listening to my wife listen to them in the background, and it's drama.
That's why, like, when I find them, it's not just, oh, I found one today right here. I have to actually sift through like 5 or 6 of them and decide which one to talk about.
Which one is relevant.
And you noticed r/EDH, they're fucking everywhere.
So this one was just r/MTG, and we got a Triceratops Knight.
User, U/.
Yep,
user.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it just says
it's from r/MTG. Yep, which is the Reddit, and then user, so U/.
Triceratops Knight.
There you go.
There we go. All right. All my friends play infinite combo decks, and I hate it. Okay. Discussion. Be me around Magic for some months. I hate this already. Be me, around Magic for some months, my friends tried to get me on this for a while, and I end up playing. First game was chill, everything fun because everything was new to me. The second meeting I play, and I started to note something. Wait, infinite combo? You too? Next paragraph. The next meet to play, I just noticed that all of them play infinite combo decks, all of them, in a commander table, 4 players, that's an Oxford, and besides, the mana color, everything, I'll stop with the commas. Just know they're prevalent, okay? Everything they did was exactly the same in the end. : And I started to loop to get infinite mana to cast this huge creature with XX on infinite mana. And I cast this cart to loop and then do burn damage to everyone. I cast this to loop and draw my whole deck with infinite mana. I'm not gonna drag everybody through all this, okay? Because that is painful, and it does not get any better. All right. I read this earlier, all right, but I suppose I skimmed it more because now that I'm like trying to do it verbatim, it's so
I want you guys
upload
to-
this so you can read it
I
later.
want you guys to remember 4 episodes ago when he made fun of me for pointing out all these errors. He's like, "Oh, if you do that, you're going to take so much time." See how hard it is not to point out all the fucking errors on the internet?
Well, that's why I'm just like skipping over like the next 2 giant paragraphs. But anyways, the long story short is our Triceratops Knight here is just having a rough time, I think, with their own deck building.
Okay. So they're talking about, are they in the wrong for not liking the fact that everybody is infinite comboing, right?
It seems like the way everyone's going with this infinite combo is that these are not game-winning infinite combos.
It's just game locking infinite combos.
Potentially, because he said that
you
somebody
can't.
had one, and then somebody else had one, and then he was going to do one. And so it makes me think that this game is just progressing through. It's just so-and-so is like, oh, okay, well, I have infinite mana now. And then pass turn. Like, they don't have any, like, actual game-ending solutions with it. Which I suppose that can get kind of frustrating, but I heard a really good line the other day from Pleasant Kenobi. And he was talking about how real Commander, like, kind of at its spirit, is really just, like, an excuse to get to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you're not having fun and you're hanging out with your friends and they're doing infinite combos, again, maybe Reddit's not the place for the conversation. Maybe it's with your play group.
I've noticed a lot of the time whenever we read Reddit stories, right? And we're trying to, people are like, oh, I don't know what to do about this. It's the issue with the play group. And I don't know where you are. Maybe you don't have easy access to like an LGS or easy access to like more people and things like that.
Which is real.
Which is real.
Mm-hmm.
But even just talking to them about it's a big deal, right? Because we have you and I, and then like Rye and her cousin, we have a really healthy play group because we try different things, we play different things. We're not like, oh, this sucks or like this is bad.
And the politics are very alive. Like nobody's ever like, oh, you guys are picking on me. Well, you do, but
because you guys are.
But it's in good fun. Like,
yeah, and I
we
don't.
could
I'm like,
pick on you one game, and then the very next game, you could look over and be like, he's playing Wizards this round. Don't let him do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I know he seems like he's not attacking anyone. That's not what he's looking to do. So,
infinite combos are in the nature of EDH though, because of how EDH runs.
Yeah.
I mean, even
fun.
even standard right now has a three uncommon common infinite combo.
It does, but it at least wins the game.
Yes, but like those are going to happen in EDH. That's just kind of how the format eventually goes, especially if people are being more competitive. That is a very CEDH thing, is to go infinite.
Yeah.
Your wizard deck, as soon as you go infinite, you win. Like, because
if I have
ways to
infinite
stop.
mana, I'm usually in a position where I can pull at least one draw card from my graveyard. But there's been a situation or two where I have infinite mana and just nothing I can do with it.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The other thing is, too, you could also build your deck around expecting their infinite stuff to stop their infinite stuff.
Yeah, or take advantage of it.
Yeah, like
it's Commander. There's
a
a will,
remove
there's a way.
If you remove a single part of their infinite combo, they don't have an infinite combo. And if you've played against their deck enough and you know what that infinite combo is, just be ready for it.
See, and I think that's the other thing that a lot of people are maybe not even complaining about, but just don't really understand, because they're like, well, I came because I wanted to sit down and I wanted to play my deck and do the things that are in my deck. And then the other person across the table, because they're not interacting with them, because they're not trying to... none of their plan has anything to do with stopping that person from doing what they want to do.
Yep.
If that's your plan, is just to sit over there and like play, solitaire with yourself, that's fine. That's a fairly viable, strategy. But you need to know what you're doing then.
Yep.
Okay, if you're just coming to have fun and chill and relax, you need to pack board wipes, you need to pack removal, you need to pack things that are going to allow you to be able to still play this game for a little while.
Yes.
Because other people, especially if you play once or twice and you see that they've got infinite combos on deck, or that their power level of their deck is much higher than yours, removal is just a really great way to level the playing field, quite literally.
Yes, like for example, like with my Ishin deck, right? The reason Ishin works is because I can just continuously wipe the board until the board is at a state that I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
The precon that I picked up, that is the same deal. Like the deck I needed to run a very specific way, and it doesn't have a lot of board wipes in it, but it still has a lot of things that it can do that can force me to be able to do what I need to do.
I was gonna say, at second look, there's not a lot of conventional board wipes, but you've got 3 or 4 cards in there that can take out a large majority of the under 5 powered creatures.
Yeah, any good EDH deck will have some sort of mass removal, because the point of the mass removal is, yes, a lot of times it will hurt you in the moment too, but you need to reset the board state to a point where you can benefit from that lack of board state immediately faster than the opponents.
And sometimes that means, playing a little bit of life total chicken, where you stack your hand up with cards that you're going to play afterwards, and then once you have the pieces in order, then you go ahead and board wipe so that you can build up your state over again.
Yep, exactly. It's the whole like the Community Upkeep guy where he pulls people's lands and stuff. Like you're building your board state up and you're getting it ready. And I think that will go really good in my land deck, because I then will have control of the lands, which the name of the deck is like Land Shaper. It's World Shaper.
Oh, World Shaper.
So it makes sense for me to fucking just pull everything. It's...
You need to get Sothra in there, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like that's just kind of necessary.
Yep. And once again, with the same as all the other Reddit stories, it's a playgroup thing. You just need to be honest with your playgroup. Don't use Reddit.
So that dude had a response.
Oh, I love updates.
And it was just pretty much, you talk to them about it. Seems to be more productive than talking to us about it. First thing. Like, hadn't even read any of the comments yet, and that's where we're at. He goes on to say, some pods love that shit, others are split, but you're going to have to talk to them, come up with a compromise. Bring those decks out once a sesh or something. Having multiple decks with different play styles is the way. And I think that's really important too. Like if you're struggling with your play group, even if they're Johnny Tryhards, come in and say, hey, look, I want to be the best that I can, so that if you're winning, properly. Like you're actually getting this win, not just, piss pounding me with your handful of cards. Because if that's the case, I can just like pass turn every round and you can just sit there and play Magic and beat me up if you want to.
Yep, exactly.
But if you want a real challenge, let's sit down. Let's go ahead and spread this out and see what's going on. What would you take out of here? Which cards do I play? And you're just like, that doesn't do anything to me. Like,
because the thing is, the weird part about what happens with playgroups too is you have to be very careful, because eventually what's going to happen, and we're really good at not letting it happen because we think about how this could interact in other pods. Playgroups decks will always end up building against each other, and that's it. And then you go play somewhere else, and you're like, wow, my deck's kind of garbage. It's like because you only tailored it to these 3 other people.
Yep. And there's a lot of different strategies that you can run in EDH.
Yeah,
this is not standard.
Nope. So, like, for example, like, Radgost will work in other playgroups.
Oh, yeah.
It's niche and funny. The
There's playgroups that will just see that as your commander and be like, we would all like to die in a food fight. Like, we're just gonna, if you need any help, let me know.
We're gonna watch you do this, because that's kind of funny.
Right? Like
and same thing with, like, Tiny Bones works in any play group. Tiny Bones works literally anywhere.
Yeah. If you haven't tried Tiny Bones, the Bramble Thief. Bumble. Let me find him here. I can't misrepresent my Tiny Bones guy.
Can't represent your tiny bone. You can't misrepresent your tiny bone. Man, having a tiny bone sucks, huh?
Not really. Because I get to use other people's.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can use other people's tiny bones.
Have you seen those ones where, like, it's just like a sleeve? A cock sleeve? It's like a silicone. It's got, like 4 inches. Well, you can get different sizes. But, yeah, it's just like a silicone prosthesis that you could just, like, roll over.
I really fucking hate you. Not man. My business partner, everybody.
Oddly enough, I think that was one of my favorite bits out of the Clerks 2. Cock stain sounds like something one of those white people would do. Like, go, come on, honey, you want to go do a cock stain? She's like, get the fuck out of here! What the hell is wrong with you? I love Wanda Sykes.
Yep.
I would.
Yep.
I would not want to run into her in a fast food restaurant any time. But yeah, Tiny Bones Bobble Burglar is the dude. That's
Nice.
this. I really just wanted to make little weed baggy stash tokens. That was the whole point in that deck. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a meme funny deck so I could use these tiny little pot baggy tokens.
And then it became more than any of us could
And it's so
deal. It's
good.
so good.
So, like, I personally, I don't mind being attacked in a pod. I take it as, like, being the threat is not a bad situation.
No, because it shows
me.
that your deck is actually the one that people are nervous about, which means you built a good deck.
Yeah, exactly. If I go in and I get like 3v1'd every time just because of the commander that I pulled, or just because of the way that my deck runs, or like they will not let my commander stay on the board, I feel like I've won at that point.
The thing about Ragost is the moment people realize what he does, they're not gonna let him
See, the first
field.
time that you get 2 damage doublers out there and then you smack everybody.
I'm like, I'm gonna throw a food and kill you for commander damage lethal. They're gonna go, what? They're like, no, you have to attack me for commander damage. No. It's anything the commander does is commander damage.
Yup.
Which is wild.
See, if you have 2 doublers, you're already looking at, because it's 3 to each, so it'll go to 6 and then 12.
I just have to do it twice.
3 foods would take you to 2 foods.
2, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that in a turn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You can kill somebody in a turn
Holy shit.
2 mana. By the way,
I think the other thing that you should do, is there a return all enchantments from, I think there's one in there that's return all enchantments and artifacts.
Yeah, that would be very important. If not, I know I have it in a deck at home I can throw into it. So.
No. But there is Fumigate, which is a fun one. I mean, because it's, restaurant, so you're like trying to get rid of shit. Oh, sorry, guys, we're fumigating today.
Yep. That's
Cleaning the hood.
Man, I fucking hate you.
Oh.
So, we are finally here. This is our giveaway for this month.
Oh, yeah, the giveaway. I forgot entirely about it again.
All right. So, do you want to draw? Do you want me to draw? Who wants to shake? Who wants to shake? Who wants to draw?
I'll shake it, and then you draw.
Okay. Fucking shake it. Don't what? Nice. All right. Here we go. Giveaway for this month for the 2 decks is Bendy. Bendy.
Way to go, Bendy.
Yes.
Excellent.
First time. I think that means like everybody. They've been here since month 3.
Everyone but Mom, but I think she's like withdrawn.
Yeah,
she's not in.
She doesn't want to win stuff because that's
way to bow
weird.
out, Mom.
Yes,
appreciated.
Thanks, Mom, for supporting all of my weird shit. But yes, Bendy, we will have to message you on Patreon because we don't know your name and stuff or your address. So we'll message you on Patreon to be able to send you out your winnings and everything like that. So super excited about it. That's oh my dude. A non-person that we could just hand it to is great.
Right. That being said, the next round is again that booster box coming up again.
Yep, booster box. I'm gonna try to see if I can find them because I want to get the specialty deck boxes for myself too.
That and maybe we'll skip on the booster box and just do an equivalent in the bundles because we've had a much better
bundles
luck
are
on pulling
wild.
the bundles. So we'll see how that
bundles
goes.
Are wild.
I was already thinking that before because and
it gives you storage and it gives you a dice and like
the value that we got out of the bundles.
Yeah.
So far has been way better than that out of the play boosters.
It is going to be Edge of Eternities, and as we do every episode throughout the next month, you'll see us building it up and everything like that.
Yeah, do little.
But tell your friends and everything because this is going to be another big giveaway like Final Fantasy. If anything, it might end up being bigger because Final Fantasy cost a lot of money. Edge of Eternities costs a lot less, which means we can
Yeah.
give away a lot more.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we'll do a couple of bundles and a box, and we'll have that coveted multi-person giveaway that we can do.
Yeah.
do multiple.
That'd be cool. Be like, hey, this first draw, second draw. Yeah.
We are set for expansion at this point, so
We
it is
are.
definitely those of you who have been with us for a little while. Keep your eyes out for newcomers in the comments and so forth, and let us know, especially those of you who have our direct lines. Let us know if you see anything on fire or whatnot.
Yeah, please do. That'd be
Our
awesome.
senior watchers.
Senior watchers. That's what I am at this point, because I'm 31 now.
Senior watch. Yeah.
I'm a senior, Sonny.
I got 40 in like a year and a half.
Rough.
Right?
Thank you guys for joining us on the Hard Part Podcast. Sean and Tom, we will see you next week.
Signing off. Have a good one, guys.